Hello everyone! So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Bailey and I am a makeup artist with mascara. It's a newer line that just launched a few months ago. So as you can tell, I already have my face and makeup on and no eyeshadows. So today what I'm going to be doing with you guys is an eyeshadow look using our mascara eyeshadows. So we have those, and then we have some dark ones. So I'm going to do kind of a purple look today because it's getting to be fall. It actually feels like winter here where I'm from. We had snow yesterday. Not too happy about it. So what I first do is if I have makeup on already, then I go in with a translucent powder. And the one I'm going to be using is Kat Von D. Can't tell if you can really see it. So I'm going to just dump it into the lid, which I already have a little bit in there. And then I'm going in with my Detail Hack Brush. This is from mascara. And I'm going in with this side and I'm going to kind of press it together. So it kind of gives it just like a little smaller of a line. And then I tap the extra powder off because you kind of get a lot in there. And then what I do is just create a little line, and this will sharpen up your eyeshadow so that you have that sharp cat eye, and then so if anything falls out, it doesn't mess your makeup up. So if you're doing like dark shadows, you don't want it to fall onto your face and then have to redo your whole face makeup. So you start with that and just a little bit on there. And then we can go in with the eyeshadows. So what I'm first going to start with is I have this brush that's a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to go in with this one right here, which is Pup, and I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm going to dust this all over my eye. So this is just acting as a transition shade for all my other shadows that I'm going to put on top of that, because those are going to be a little bit darker. I'm sorry if I look off to the side. My mirror is over there and it's a little bit easier to do my makeup in the mirror than in my phone. Okay, so as you can tell, it just gave it a little bit of color. And it's nothing like too dramatic or anything, just kind of a neutral color. And I just did it all over the lid. So then next I'm going to go in, since I'm doing a purple look, I'm going to go for more of these purpley shades rather than the browns. So what I'm going to do is take this brush from mascara, and I'm going to take the fluffier side and I'm going to go into this color, which is London. And again, I'm just taking a little bit on that brush, and it's better to pick up less product and kind of build it up rather than getting too much on your brush. And I've never done a purple look before, so this is gonna be interesting to see how this turns out. And so I'm just doing the same thing, kind of messy, just grabbing it and like putting it, starting here on this side, and then bringing it over after there's not a ton left, because you still want that color to kind of go over into your inner corner too. And then see how it just kind of builds it up a little bit. So same thing on this side, start in the outer corner and then work that product into the inner corner. And then picking up a little bit more and doing the same thing. So with this, since you have that translucent powder right there, you don't have to worry as much about being like precise on the corner, because it's going to give you that sharp line once you sweep that away. Okay, so then as you can tell, that just gives it a little bit more color, and you can keep building it up if you want to do that, or just kind of leave it as a light crease tone. And I'm just going to build it up right there because I'm going to put the darker color right here. And then I'm going to leave this, the lid, a little bit with less color because that's where I want it to be the lightest. So now, as you can see, I have it really blended out. And then I'm going to go in with this color right here, and this is going to be interesting. We're going to see, I haven't used this color yet. So I'm just taking a little bit because you can tell that it's a very bright purple color. And I'm just going to work that into the outer corner of the eye. So not really taking any more of that into the inner side. So just work it in the outer corner and really, really blend that out. With that purple color, you don't want it to look like you got punched in the eye. So just blending it, and as you can tell, I kind of hold my brush a little bit further back because if you hold it right here, then it's going to be like hard to blend. If you hold it really far back, then you're going to be able just to wiggle your brush and it's kind of just going to blend it for you. So it feels like it's going to be a little bit more messy because you're not getting it like exactly where you want it, but it actually works a lot better to be able to blend your eyeshadows out. And as you can see, I'm bringing it pretty far up to that brow line, which you don't want to go right to the brow because for one, that would look weird. But then you're going to go in with like a highlight shade to go underneath the brow. Okay, so then we're just going to kind of leave it like that. I don't want to go too dark with it, where this is kind of like my first attempt for a purple eye. And then I'm going to go back in with the same color and do the same thing on this eye. So just really start in the outer side and then work your way to the middle of the eye. You don't want to put it right here because that's where most of your product's going to be. You want out here to be a little bit darker anyways. So that's where you want most of your pigment to land. And then when it's all kind of off your brush, then you're going to kind of like work it into the inner corner. And then just kind of go in with your brush clean and then really like work that powder in. Just to really blend it and smoke it out so you can see how smoky the look is. Okay, so next, sorry if you can hear the dog barking. I have to have my window open because it's kind of hot in my house. So then I'm going to go in with this darker purple. I need to see what this is called. I think it's Kin. Yeah, so this is Kin, and it's a little bit darker of a purple, but it has a little bit of like a shine to it, but not too much. So with that one, I'm going to go in with the same brush, but I'm going to go in with this side. That's a little bit more pointier, I guess. And then I'm going to pick just a little bit of that product up, you guys, because that has a lot of fallout. The darker ones you have to be careful with because they actually get a ton of pigmentation on there. So then I'm just patting that on the eye. I'm not like rubbing it to start with. So then now that I kind of patted it and got a little bit of that color just placed on there, then I'm going to go in and kind of work it out so that it's not messy. And then the same thing, you just kind of bring it into your middle of your eye. And then just build it up so it gives it a little bit of a darker color. And then opposite side of the brush with no product on it, I'm just buffing that out. So then this would be like windshield wiper motions where you go back and forth, or you can kind of do circular motions. So you can kind of do both. And you can tell it kind of just gives it a little bit more color. So again, I'm just lightly tapping it into that darker color. And then I'm going to basically kind of draw like a line like from here down, and that kind of like builds a cat eye effect. And then just kind of bring it into the middle of the eye. What is happening in my neighborhood? Okay, so you can tell like that kind of just gives it a little bit more color. And then go back with that other side and really blend it out. So do like circular, windshield wiper, just go back and forth with the different techniques. And then like you can go back in with like a black or like a brown if you want to do like a little bit more precise. It's kind of whatever you want, but I think I'm kind of gonna leave it at that just to start to kind of get used to that color. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do with the purple. So now what I'm gonna do, since you can tell a lot of the purple, we kind of brought that purple in, and I want the inner corner to be a little bit more bright and then the outer corner to be more dark. So I'm going to go in with our Vanilla Dust, which is this one. It's our face powder, but I use it as an eyeshadow all the time. And I'm going to go in with the Multitasker. And so this has a little bit more of a precise brush on the side. And then this one's a little bit bigger, and they're both flat. So with this bigger side, I'm going to go in and just grab a little bit of that Vanilla Dust. And then I'm going to just take that and work that all in the inner corner. And then I'm going to bring it up. So this is just kind of basically putting like a matte white powder over all of it, and just really brightens up your eye, which I always kind of like. Even with most of my smoky eyes, I kind of like a really bright inner corner, just because it makes your eyes look a little bit bigger. So same thing on this side. You can tell like I'm bringing it down too, because we're going to be putting that dark purple underneath the eye too. Okay, so then this just kind of cleans up like the purple. Like it obviously doesn't make it go away, but it just kind of like cleans it up a little bit, so you have kind of like a sharper crease right there. So I'm going to keep it like that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a shimmer color for the eyes. But what I'm first going to do is we have our illuminators. So our illuminators, and this is just all creamed based makeup except for the eyeshadows, and then our two powders. So this is a cream, and this is our pearl illuminator. So I'm going to go in with that because it's white, and I kind of like that white shimmer. And so I'm just doing the same bigger side of the brush and just lightly tapping it in there. And then I'm going to kind of put that underneath, and it gives it a little bit of a shine. But then I'm going to go over the top of it too with one of our eyeshadows just to kind of set the creaminess. So I'm just really going to brighten up the inner corner right here and then underneath the eyebrow. So same thing for the other side. And then underneath the eyebrow. So it gives it like a little bit, and it's kind of more acting as a base to hold that shimmer color down on it. And so then I'm going to go in with this one, which is Sabrina. And this is like a really, really glittery one. And so I'm just basically going to like push that product onto the illuminator so it like sticks. So it's kind of like an eyeshadow primer, but it just really holds and kind of gives it a little bit more of a shininess to it. And you could go in and use your setting spray and like wet in your brush, and that actually gives it a little bit more of color too. So I'm going to kind of keep the inner corner or like the inner side of the eyes matte, and then just add that little bit of a glitter to the inside of the eyes right there. Okay, so that's basically all I'm gonna do for that. And then I gotta get that extra powder off. So then I'm gonna go back in with the detail hack and just swoop away that translucent powder. So see how like perfect your eyeshadow is, and it just sits on there, and then you have no color underneath your eye. And so then you don't have to redo your makeup and start all over. So for underneath the eye, we're gonna go in, let's do the dark purple. So I'm gonna use the smaller, pointier side of the brush, and then I'm gonna go in with this dark purple. And again, remember, it is very dark and very pigmented, and so just get a little bit onto your brush, and then you're bringing that right under your eyelashes. And then just really getting that close to your lash line right there. And I'm not gonna take it clear in, I'm gonna just leave it right here. So stop kind of about right there, and then just leave again this white where we already brought that white down. So that's kind of why I did that. So then I'm gonna go back in with this brush, I'm gonna go in with the smaller side, and I'm gonna go in again with this color. I don't remember what that color is called. It's one of our newer ones. And then I'm just basically smoking that color out. So this is always awkward, but you're just really basically gonna kind of push it up under your lash line and just really to buff it back and forth. And you can tell, like, see how it kind of blends it out onto your eye, so then it's not like a line underneath your eye, and it just looks a little bit more blended and smoky. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for the eyeshadows, and then next we're gonna do the eyeliner. So I'm gonna share with you guys a cool little thing that I got. So I got this off of Facebook. They had a little advertisement on Facebook for this, and it's the Vamp stamp. So what it is it's an eyeliner stamp. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but this is kind of how it tells you how to use it. And so I tried this once the other day and I actually kind of liked it. So this is like the stamp part, like the little ink part, and then it's like a sponge, and then there's the black liner in there. And I think you can use your own liner, but I just used this. And then this, I think, is the brush, and you can put the ink on that if you need to. And then this is the little stamp thing. So you have a left side and a right side, and so it just has your little eyeliner. So like it's kind of cool for like cat eyes if you want, if you're kind of like not good at wings, which I'm not super bad, but this is just easier. So all you do is kind of stamp it in there and just make sure like you have the stamp completely covered. And so this is my left side. Which side's my left side? This side. Okay, so this is gonna be hard. So you want to make sure that it's coming like more straight out. The last time I did it, it seriously like went up into my eyebrow. You don't want it to be like up like this. You kind of want it to come out. So you just put that little edge and then just match it up and stamp it onto your eye. That didn't work, but it kind of did. Whatever. So again, I'm just gonna try it, really get the ink in there, and we'll see if I can do this in the same exact spot again. This is gonna be interesting, guys. Oh, not bad. See how easy that is? And it just wings it out for you. Like, usually that takes me probably 10 minutes to try and get a wing looking like that. So then you're gonna take your other side, which you might wanna wash it every time just so you can tell if you're getting like the stamp, the black stamp on there. Otherwise it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, so then you can just see You have a little bit on there, and then same thing. Sorry, you can't really tell. And then just stamp it so it comes out. Jeez. My next door neighbors don't really take care of their dog. They just leave it outside. It's kind of frustrating. I would just want to go save him. Okay, so I just put mine back into the box, or the little things, just to keep it a little bit organized. So now, you're going to go in with your liner, and I just use NYX because it's cheap and I actually really like it. And so the tip of it is super long, and I really like that because it actually makes it a lot easier to do your liner. So I basically will just connect my eyeliner to the wing. Poor little guy. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Sorry guys, I can't really talk when I do my eyeliner. Otherwise, it's gonna be all over the place. So then with this one, I'm gonna draw a little bit of a point because that didn't really point it. Okay, so then you just kind of connect your liner to the wing. Then I'm going to do the other side. So this side is always so hard for me. And then I like this because it's like so easy to just bring it down because the tip is so thin and long. And then if it didn't fill all the way in on your liner or on your wing, then just kind of fill it in a little bit. And then kind of bring it down. Okay, so there's my liner. It looks a little weird because I don't have mascara on yet. So I just got this, so I'm going to try this out. This is the Voluminous Lash Paradise, and this is from, what is it? L'Oreal, I think? Or Allure, I can't remember. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's kind of like the Better Than Sex from Too Faced. So I kind of want to try it out. I heard it's a dupe, but ooh, yeah, I kind of like the wand on it too. So then I'm going to put lashes on because I always wear lashes, but especially when I do a smoky eye, I really like to put lashes on because it just looks better with your liner and stuff. So I just put like a thin layer of mascara on just to kind of have like a little bit of a base for the lashes. And then on the bottoms, I really like to get a lot on there. Kind of smells weird. Okay, so that is my mascara, and then we are gonna go in and put some lashes on. We're just gonna go with these ones because they're sitting right here, and I don't know what they are. Oh, they're my biggest Vegas Nail Lashes from Eyelure. So these ones are very, very dramatic, which I like when I do Smokey Eye. So I'm going in with my Kiss lash glue. It's about $3 from Walmart, super cheap. It's my favorite. Reminds me of the House of Lashes glue, which that's like 16 bucks, I think. So just go to Walmart and get one for $3. So then I just like kind of fan it out so it gets a little bit tacky because you don't want it to slip around on your eye. Okay, I have to see which eye this is. Okay. So then to apply my lashes, I have a little lash tool that I use. It's not actually for lashes, it's a nail art for the jewels. So I use that because it has like the longer point to it and it's easier than tweezers. So I just pick it up with that. I leave my eye kind of like open, but like squint, I guess is how you want to say that. Then I start on the back side and press that down and then bring it in to the front. And then just kind of push it down so that it stays onto your lashes. I got a little too much glue on that side. And I always get the clear, or I guess white glue. Yeah, this is clear. Because if you were to put that like say like somewhere up on your eye and it's the black, that's gonna stay on your eye and it's gonna look like eyeliner, so I hate using the black. It's just harder to work with, where the clear, when it dries, you can't even tell it's there. So I'm gonna go in again with my lash glue, and this is easier because it has a wand, and then you just paint it on there. There's the hair. So again, I'm going in with my little tweezers, kind of fanning it out. And with this one, I'm going to kind of start on the inside just to push it onto my eye, but then I'm going to push that back side down first. And so these lashes I think I got from Ulta. I think these are pretty cheap, the Eyelure. I think you can even get them off Amazon too. Sometimes I'll do that because I live in a small town away from every store. So I just order online. Okay, so can you see how dramatic those are? I absolutely love them. You obviously wouldn't want to wear these on an everyday to-day basis because they actually kind of start to bug your eye, and you don't want to get it super close down here because it starts to poke your eye and then it gets like irritable. And then for my lips, I'm going to go in with Plum from Lip Sense. I have my little tester thing on there, but it's really not a tester anymore. It's for myself. I don't know if you've all used Lip Sense before, but you have to apply this in layers and it kind of builds up, and it is really sticky at first. So I always start with mine like kind of like a liner and go on the outer side of my lips first and then color it in like that. And then you kind of get like your lip liner with it and a lipstick. So then you just let it dry before you add another layer. Burns a little bit, and then you go in. I like wipe mine off so you don't get a ton on there. Wipe the extra off, and then now I just kind of go over the whole lip. So it's kind of like a lip stain, I feel like, because it lasts forever. And then make sure you get in the inside because you don't want butt lips. So again, I just let it air dry. Listen to my crazy neighbors while it dries. Then one more layer. Okay, and that's what it looks like. And then I use pearl gloss, and I put that over. Well, there's that. And then I just go over all of it. And now you can you can put your lips together and it's good to go. And then it doesn't come off, except the gloss. Okay, this is my finished look. I hope you all enjoy it. I will leave the colors that I used down below and my website to order through, and all the brushes that I used and everything. Thank you all for watching. Bye.